Let's talk about homelessness. Let's talk about this bill that they're trying to pass about getting all the homelessness off of the streets in the greater parts of Los Angeles. I'm a homelessness expert. Let's talk about it. I know all about it. Let's talk about it. I want to see what people are thinking about this, about homelessness, about the greater parts of Los Angeles, and what you're hearing about. Oh my gosh, people are getting tents are being rolled up. People are getting kicked off of the streets. They have nowhere to go. What are we gonna do? Let's talk about HUD and Section 8. Let's talk about it. Yeah, because right now, um, people are really worried about what are they going to do about the homelessness in the greater parts of Los Angeles. I know that over the past 20 years, there has been more people living outside, sleeping outside in tents, in campgrounds, in front of people's buildings and businesses, and I understand. But some people just don't have nowhere to live, and I get it. You know, hey, y'all, it's going down. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Mm, 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 mm. Hello, everybody, everybody. Mm, mm, Hello, everybody. You must not you must not know about me, because you wouldn't come on here and ask me why my lips purple. Because they are. Like, that's a dumbass question. Next. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I want to talk about homelessness and this, this bill that Donald Trump is signing, that they're saying let's do away with homelessness, do away with tents, do away with people sleeping in the greater parts of Los Angeles, talking about Section 8 and HUD. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I want to know, what your opinions are. I'm a homelessness expert. I know more than anybody out there about homelessness. I'm a homelessness expert. Ask me. I can tell you. One thing I know for sure, they won't be able to get rid of anybody that's sleeping outside in tents. In the greater parts of Los Angeles, down on Skid Row, which is the homelessness capital of the world, it's not going to happen. It's not. It's not going to happen. Yeah. I'm in with the in crowd. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at my I ain't mad at my neighbors, and I mean every day. Baby. They have food delivered every day. When you got it like that, I know that's right. Hey, no. Okay. I ain't even mad at it. I love it. I just love it. Hello, everybody. Don't come on here and say weird things. Don't. Because as soon as you do, I'll just shut my live down. I don't have no time for it. Today we're talking about homelessness and the greater parts of Los Angeles and Skid Row downtown. And we're going to talk about what's going on in the world, about what they're doing about Section 8, HUD, the homelessness community, and people living in tents and sleeping outside, etc., etc. If you know something about that, then stay. Stop coming on here and asking me. That's like asking me why my skin is black. Stop asking me why my lips are purple. That's like asking me why my skin is black. I'm black. Don't come on here and ask me nothing about the color or nothing. Y'all like real silly. Okay, so here's a man from Britain. Matter of fact, the director of the documentary film that I'm in, that's called Los Angeles Skid Row is My Home, and I'm also in the movie The Soloist with Robert Downey Jr. and Jamie Foxx and Catherine Keener. So I see it says British man, so I'm guessing that you're from England, London, from over the pond, okay? And it's unbelievable in this day and age anyone can be homeless, especially veterans. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, you're from United Kingdom? Okay, United Kingdom. Talk to me. I talk back. Um, it is. I agree with you. It is unbelievable that people are homeless today. But I want to ask you a question though. Is it possible that if we all, and I mean everybody, had an equal opportunity to come into this the correct way anyway, do you think there would have been a such thing as homelessness? We all had to start from somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? We all had to start from somewhere. If everybody had an equal opportunity, coming either with, hi, how you doing? We all had an equal opportunity, don't matter where you coming from, because I agree with you 100%. I do agree with you 100%. It is unbelievable. The homelessness situation is way out of hand. But you have to understand, if I may speak, and I can tell you something that I do know, is that Skid Row is not a broke place, though. The people down on Skid Row are not broke. They're not. Hi, how you doing over here, baby? Welcome over to my people over here on YouTube. I appreciate you. Nobody is broke over here on Skid Row, though. We have homelessness today because of a lack of jobs. And we're talking about here in California. I don't, because what I can say is that when I say the homelessness capital of the world, Skid Row, that's where your homelessness started. Once the railroads were finished, and that's where the people landed. That's why they call them skids. That's where the skids landed. So they called it Skid Row. So once that stopped and the railroads were finished, where do you think those men went to? And these were the people that were from Ireland that came over and laid this railroad tracks down. Come on. Who cares if it's bad? Like, if it's bad, then get off of here. I didn't ask you to come on here. Like, y'all weird. Don't come on here and tell me. Anyway, if you say something stupid, I'm just not going to answer you. If you want to talk about homelessness, because that's what I'm on here talking about. See, here becomes a thing for me. People will complain, like a lot of you out there, you'll complain about homelessness, Section 8, HUD. people that's on welfare, people that's on Medicare, Medicaid. And then when I open it up to talk about it, you come on this live and you talk about, and you will say ignorant stuff. You're not talking about anything that's trying to educate me or anybody else. You'll start talking about silly stuff and I'll just shut my live off, you know, because I want to come on here and talk about something that's real. How you doing? How you doing, Scopy? That's right. I'm doing good today, baby. How you doing? If you guys want to have a real conversation about things that really matter to you, let's talk. If you don't come on here and really want to talk about homelessness and things that are really important to you, then I know you don't complain. Don't be one of the people that's sitting there complaining. I better not see you be texting anything out there and saying, oh, well, I don't like what the Trump administration is doing. I don't like what the people are saying. Da, 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 da. If you don't like it, speak up. What is it about that you don't like? That's what I want to know. Tell me. Because I'm a homelessness expert, so I know everything that there is to know about homelessness. I know everything. I know it all. So, what's up? Ask me a question. You just chilling today? I know that's right. I decided to come on here because I've been getting a lot of phone calls from people asking me my opinion about Skid Row, the homelessness capital of the world, and what do I think that they're going to do about Section 8, about, housing, HUD, and I can tell you what they're going to do. Nothing. There's nothing that you could do about Skid Row. Skid Row will still be standing there when Donald Trump is long gone. Fact. And how can you get on Section 8? You in New York? Go to your, you have a building that's called HUD. The housing of urban development. Go there and fill out the paperwork. Because if you're struggling, you have the right to have a place to live. You have the right to have a roof over your head. Nobody can tell you in this country that you don't have the right to have a roof over your head. An adequate housing. Come on, people, because I think that some of you people out there are very smart and very intelligent. And this is why I say let's talk together. Let's try to understand each other. Because just because a person has a home, right, let's say, that doesn't mean that they have adequate housing. Adequate housing is when you have running water and electricity in your home and you don't have holes in your walls where you can see outside. That's what the book definition of housing is. There's a big difference between homelessness and housing. Housing issues and homelessness. Or being homeless and being in homelessness. That's two different things. But yeah, you could go down to HUD, you could go down to your Section 8 building, and you can get on it. You absolutely can. Don't be ashamed. Don't feel as though it's bad, like you're struggling or whatever. I struggle. If anybody knows anything about me, go watch my documentary movie that's on Netflix and Hulu and YouTube. I could go turn on the cable right now and I'm on there. All you got to do is just Google my name. You'll see me on there. And I'm also on Netflix and Hulu because I'm in the movie The Soloist. You can see me on, in a lot of movies, on a lot of, I don't want to go through all that. But the bottom line is, I'm a homelessness expert. I know all about homelessness and housing. And I just feel like, I've been hearing a lot of people worried and talking about, Donald Trump signing this bill and everything. You can't be mad at Donald Trump for wanting to clean up the mess that's been going on for all these years in homelessness and with Section 8 and HUD. There's a lot of things that's going on. And another thing is, stop blaming Donald Trump for everything. That's weird to me. Like, I can help you get some housing. I mean, I don't live in New York, but I gave you the best thing to do is you go down there and you fill out that paperwork. Let me ask you this question. Are you homeless right now? I hear a lot of people complaining about what Donald Trump is doing. Do you really believe that Donald Trump himself is making all these moves by himself? That's not how that works. He's not. He has a whole cabinet of people that agree with him. He has a lot of people that live in suffering and homelessness that agrees with them. Somewhat. Well, talk to me. I need to know what your situation is because I really want to help you. A lot of people couch surf. A lot of people, sleep on other people's couches. Sometimes you stay the night with other people because you don't have nowhere to stay. Some people sleep in their cars. Some people go stay with their relatives and stuff because you don't really have nowhere to stay. You don't have to live like that. You have the right to have your own place. You do. You have the right. And I can help you get to where you're trying to go. It's nothing to be ashamed of. We all, struggle from time to time, and we all go through different things in life, Ain't nothing perfect. I've been there, done that, and if I can help somebody not struggle at your relatives, yeah. So the fact that you're even at your relatives, you have a better chance of getting your own place to live than most people that's just outside. Because people understand the struggles of homelessness. Sometimes living with family members and living with other people is really hard. People will take your money. Family members are in positions sometimes when if you're not doing exactly what they want you to do, they want to kick you out. They want to tell you to leave. I know how that goes. And some of us are dealing with addiction issues, and we understand that. You could be addicted to food, you could be addicted to anger. There's a lot of stuff. I could be addicted to just sitting here pulling my hair out at at a constant speed. You understand? Yeah, so you understand. Some people, that's not their case. Some people are just tired of being used and by their own family. And they want to get away from that so that they can live on their own and be on their own. Sometimes, people don't let you go to make your own choices and decisions. Some people are in situations where people have died, passed away. Maybe you had a breakup, a separation, a divorce, or whatever it is. Sometimes you just lost your job and you just now don't have enough money. Hi, Rosalind, how you doing? Yeah, see, so yeah, Scofield, I know you understand. And so when you're in those situations, don't give up. Don't give up. Hang in there. You'll run into a homelessness expert like myself who I know all of those things that happen. I know how you can get past that. And I know how you can get into your own place so that you're not living with relatives, so that you're not living outside. Yeah, that's true. That's right, Rosalind. I'm right here. If what I'm saying applies to you, I will help you. And I'll help you, Scoville. I will. I will help you guys. Just, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. I'm a homelessness expert. I want you to go and I want you to Google my name. Go look up DetroitSoloist. Go look to see. I speak at different universities, okay? And I teach. This is a college class. I teach this for people that are coming up to be doctors and nurses, students. And I train them. So when you go to the doctor's office, they're not sitting there and, okay, Rosalind, yeah, please come back. They're not sitting there judging you because you're homeless and you just don't have what everybody else has at that moment. Like I said, doctors, teachers, lawyers, preachers, no matter what kind of job that you have, people need to stop coming at other people just because they don't have. We're all in need in some kind of way. You have to know that even people with money are still in need. They are. People are in need. We're all in need right now. Because let's say you're a billionaire, right? You need to continue to, how you doing? How do you say your name? Al? How you doing? Hey, babe. So let me tell you something. If you're a billionaire, let's say, right? Say you're a billionaire. You need to find a way to manage that money so that you can stay in that bracket, right? In order for you to maintain yourself, how you doing, unknown? In order for you to, you got work, see, and that's good. Like if you got work, keep that going, you know. But if you're a billionaire, you have to continue to manage your money, or you'll be broke that fast. Yes, there is a such thing as going broke overnight. All you have to do is just, thanks for the hearts. I love you guys so much. All you have to do is just make the wrong investment, and I'm telling you, it's going to go all bad. Sometimes, yes, I know you're not lazy, baby, and I know you're very smart. I know you are. You know I love you, Scobie. So, look, sometimes it's best to not have a lot of something, just a little bit, than to have a whole bunch of something. You understand what I'm saying? It's harder to manage something when you just have a whole bunch of something. It is very hard. So just think, if somebody gave you $1 billion right now, ask yourself, what would you do with it? I'm curious. I want anybody to tell me, if you were handed $1 billion right now, what name 2 things that you would do with it right now. Hi, Rosalind. Hey. If you had $1 billion, if somebody gave you $1 billion today, this is that they said, we're gonna open up your account this morning. We're gonna give you $1 billion just because we feel as though you have earned that. Just name 2 things that you would do with it. I need to go to the S. Okay, and give a homeless person all of it. Well, let me tell you, to be honest, if somebody offered $1 billion to me today, the first thing I would do is I would have to hire money management, an advisor, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't know what to do with $1 billion. I know that the IRS is coming. I know that's the first people that's coming. It's not gonna be people, wanting to get money from the IRS is coming. That's the very first people. I need to hire an advisor. So I would hire one of the best. Social services, right? I would hire the best person to help me manage my money. So, first of all, we're going to hire that person. Sorry, guys. We're going to hire that person. We're going to give the IRS whatever it is that they need off top, because I don't need them coming and bothering me later on. He said, well, I give a homeless person $1 million and then the second invest it. See what I'm saying? That's a good idea. See? But you have to remember, you still want to get the advisors on board so that we ain't guessing about all of this. You feel what I'm saying? And I love your ideas. That's real. I like that, Rosin. That's real smart, and I like that. And Scobie, I see you. Like, y'all right. You feel me? So, my next thing would be, I see the needs that we have in this country. So, my money, I'm like both of you, Rosin and Scobie, I'm telling you, I'm going to lean more to what you said. I want my monies to go towards the homelessness situation in this country, in this world. But we really got it bad in this country. We really have it bad, y'all. I laid in the bed the other night, and I'm not going to lie to you. It broke my heart to see the shape of what the United States looks like. You've been to other countries? Have you visited other countries? Have you talked to other people who have visited other countries? So let's just see what it looks like. Yeah, yeah, and then they'll come back forgiving. Yeah. Well, um, I I would like to see us rebuild in this country. I would like to see where we've made some progress. Because if you start to look at a lot of the buildings, like look at Dubai, beautiful, beautiful country, beautiful. The buildings are beautiful. You know, people over there have money. You can see it. It's like, and here, it's like here in the U.S. What do we have? I mean, thank you, Roger, because I know you know what I'm saying. Like, what do we have when you come into the United States? What are we looking at? It bothers me. And there's no way that we couldn't really think like we don't have a poverty problem. We do. We really do. Hey, hi, iconic. How you doing? Uh, I don't know. Let me check it out. Can you guys hear my voice real well? Just let me know. I think my daughter was trying to say that. I'm doing really good. Yeah, you can hear my voice real good. Okay, thank you, thank you. So I'm thinking like I would like to go down to Skid Row, where I have spent the majority of my life from the age of 18. And if you haven't watched my documentary movie called Los Angeles Skid Row is My Home, I invite you to go watch it because you'll know a lot about me. I was given up for adoption when I was born. My mother didn't want me. So I think that from the age of 0 into 18, I ended up on Skid Row because that was the only thing that I needed something to match how I was feeling on the inside. Yes, I was in a movie called DetroitSoloist, and I'm in the documentary movie called Lost Angels Skid Row is My Home. They're both on Netflix and Hulu, and on YouTube you can find the documentary movie. Yeah, it is sad because I really feel as though if I had not been given up for adoption and my mother really would have accepted me for being her child, I think that my ideas and the ways that I am probably would have come out entirely different. But I just had internal suffering. So I ended up on Skid Row, and for some reason, I always felt like, thanks, you feel my pain. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Roz, and I do. So I feel like when I was around the people on Skid Row, they could understand how I felt because some way somehow they were not connecting with their families or their friends or the people that they went to school with or anything like that. Oh, thank you, Iconic. Well, you know what? I appreciate y'all understanding. And one of your friends was left by his mom. Yeah, it's a horrible feeling. That abandonment feeling will screw it up. That I felt abandoned. Like and I still go there to this day. But because I understand that, that's what makes me go down to Skid Row, and I stay connected with my peers down there because I know what they're going through. Everybody down there is not homeless because of Uggs, you know? Just put the D in front of you know what I'm saying. They're not down there because of that. Everybody's not using. Everybody's not down there because they're running from the law. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people are down there because of how they were treated early on in their childhood. And they're trying to, you know, come to understand the feelings that they're having and why is it that they can't shake that off. And I didn't feel worthy, so I just stayed in homelessness. Um, when it was time to go to sleep at night, yes, I'm okay. I will. Let me skip to that part. I will let you guys know I'm okay. This is my home now. I have a home. I have supportive housing, and I have a case manager. So if I feel like, oh, I don't feel comfortable. I'm not happy. I'm feeling down. I can pick up the phone and call my case manager, and I have somebody to talk to about it because they understand. They understand my way of thinking. So yeah, I'm okay now. I have my days where sometimes I just want to get up and go right back outside and sleep outside on the ground because I just don't feel as though I'm good enough. Yeah, I still have those moments where I just feel like, oh, like, you know, I don't feel like I look okay or I sound okay or I don't feel accepted. But I know that I don't have to fall. Thank you so much, Robson. Thank you so much. Thank you, you guys. Oh, thank you. Um, but uh, I understand that we all have a purpose and a reason. You feel me? So, with that said, I just want other people to know that if you struggling out there and or you know somebody that's struggling and they don't have a place to live, they don't have adequate housing, they don't have a job, or you know, they don't have the relationship that maybe that they had before. Um, Thank you, Rosin. That's so sweet. Thank you over here. Iconic. So nice. I really appreciate you guys so much. You know, if you know somebody that was in a relationship that wasn't working, and yes, yeah, that's the key for everyone to know. Yeah, I just want you guys all to know that there is somebody that can always understand what you're going through. And I understand it. I really do. It breaks my heart to know that there's people out here in this world that feels as though they have nobody to understand them. And I understand you. I don't have to know you. I understand. And I just, if you ever really want to talk about it or express yourself, I'm right here. And yeah, mine too. That's right. You know, I'm here. I'm here to listen because there's nothing that you can say that I haven't heard or I haven't really kind of been through, I just I just know that there's a method to the madness, and I think that housing is something that we all deserve. I don't think that that's thank you. You're kind too. I don't think that housing is something that we should all have to fight for. I don't think that getting food and wanting to eat is something that we have to fight for. You know? Yeah. You know what? At first, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was sad. I thought that I went through a lot of stuff, but I'm still grateful because in order for me to have gone through all of that, I'm able now to help other people. If I had not gone through that, I wouldn't have been able to help anybody. I wouldn't be able to even explain this to you. I had no idea what I was going through at the age of 18. I just remember feeling like um, I wanted to be somewhere and I didn't know where. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I would sit there, you guys, and I was hungry and didn't even know that I was hungry. I didn't even, I went without eating. I could go a whole week without eating. I could go a whole week without eating and not realize that I went a whole week without eating. I used to do it all the time. Yes, I promise you, I am okay. I promise you, Rosin, I am okay. I am. Like I said, I have my days where um, I still, struggle here. I have my days where I still struggle here and there, and I'll sit here and I'll be like, oh, I'm hungry, but you wait it out. You just, you wait to see, what's gonna happen, you know, and yeah, I just have my moments. The only thing that I tell myself is, um, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all try to be strong. I try to be strong. Thank you. You guys are sweet too. I um I just really feel sad that people in this country today really believe that there's something wrong if a person is in need. It's because we don't know everybody's situation. You could be in a relationship with somebody, and you know what I'm saying, whether you married or you just boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever it is, or your lovers or whatever, and everything is going real well, and then all of a sudden a week passed, y'all not talking to each other. um Next week passed, somebody that lost their job. Thank you, y'all strong too, you guys really are. um, the next week, somebody may pass away. Um, that fourth week, you know, you have you picking up mail and what? I owe $200 for something I don't even remember. You going through all of that. Within 30 days, four major things have happened. Some people are strong enough and they can deal with it, they can handle it, and they move on, right? Then you have some people who are not that strong, and they have a whole bunch of people relying on them, and because of it just became too much, they They leave. They leave the relationship. They get up, and the next thing you know, you're like, well, my boyfriend or girlfriend, my partner, my lover just packed up all their stuff, and they cut out. Next thing you know, you're sitting there by yourself in your apartment or your home, and they took off with the car because they had the car, let's say. Now you don't have no transportation. Life happens like that for people so fast, and then you're sitting there thinking, what am I going to do now? Next thing you know, not only did they leave you and they done lost their job and they went through all that, now it causes you to start falling down. And then the landlord is saying, well, I need the rent. And you can't explain to the landlord, like, well, wait a minute, my partner was just here and they cut out. Yeah, and it does suck. Like, you know what I'm saying, Rosin? It does. Not saying that this happened to me, but I'm just giving y'all scenarios of how things happen for other people. Next thing you know, they stuck in a situation where they can't buy no food, they can't pay the rent, utility, gas, and utility, everything is coming up. It's like, gasoline prices is high, food is really high. Thank you so much for the hearts. If y'all understand what I'm saying, put a thumbs up if you can, if you agree that within the past year, food has skyrocketed. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I go into the store, and if you want to remember you guys when you used to be like, okay, well, I'm just going to get me a little snack, little bag of chips, and maybe a soda, and a little hostess ho little pie or something like that, Twinkie or whatever, just to snack on, right? Now it's like, can you get anything like that less than $5? Gasoline is high. Thank you so much. It's ridiculous. And it's sad. It's really sad. Thank you guys for understanding. Thumbs up. Everything that went up really high. And now we're sitting here trying to figure out what are we going to do. And so let me ask you guys a question and be real with me. Keep it honest. Have you ever felt like you stayed in a relationship or stayed with somebody just because you knew the struggle was going to be? Yes, especially with age. Yes, Rosalind, yes. And you stayed in that relationship because if that person left, then you would have nobody. You ever feel like that? You'll be stuck in a situation where you by yourself. It's hard. A lot of people that's on Skid Row, a lot of people that's living in the streets right now, sleeping in tents, they left relationships. Yep. You've never been in a relationship? Oh, wow. Well, I'm gonna tell you, when a person makes a commitment with you and you thinking that everything is going good, and then all of a sudden they lose their job, and yeah, you either, wow, yeah, I'm telling you. Well, let me share with y'all. I was married. Now, you know how people always say, well, you should do it the right way. Get married, have kids, and then this is how you do. You guys work and you save up and everything, right? Well, guess what? I did it that way. I got married when I was 21. I did not have any children. When I met my husband, I did not. We got married, and within that, then a whole year passed, and then I got pregnant with my first child. I was 22 years old. Next thing I know, guess what? I think that the drinking took over. Whatever he was suffering and going through, instead of sitting down and we having a really good conversation, life took over. And the next thing I know, he was a great guy. He was a terrific bartender, great waiter. That man could walk in, he could say, you know what? I want to work at the Biltmore Hotel. And he walked into the Biltmore Hotel, and I don't know if you guys know, these are 5-star restaurants, right? He walked into the Biltmore Hotel in Santa Barbara. Okay, you're going to go eat. That's cool. Enjoy your food. Thank you for being here, Rosin. I really appreciate you so much. It's such a blessing. Thank you. He walked into that Biltmore Hotel and got that job. Bye. Come back and see me. He walked in there and got that job. And that's the type of guy he was. If he put his mind to something, he can do it. But the only thing that he couldn't do is, you're going to sleep in 3 a.m. for me. Okay. Sorry you have to go too. I appreciate you being here, okay? Thank you so much. You guys have a great day. I appreciate it. But every time when you see me on there, come back and see me, okay? I hope that I helped out you guys with talking about homelessness and this situation that's going on in this country. Sorry you have to go too. So, but I hope that I helped out somebody that, you're going to stay on, Rosin? That's what's up. Okay. You're going to come back too. Thank you. Iconic. Yes. So, yeah, it just didn't work out. The relationship didn't work out. The marriage. We ended up with 3 daughters, 3 beautiful girls. I never had any sons. 3 daughters, and he actually walked away. It was just too much. He walked away, and it was just me and those 3 girls. I raised them by myself, and that's okay. I sometimes you guys have to understand that if somebody walks away out of a relationship, it's okay. Sometimes maybe that was the best thing that they could do, was walk away. Just walk away. At least he didn't stay there and damage their lives, They loved their dad. Yeah. Oh, you asked me how old am I? I'm 62 years old. Yeah. I'm old. So, but yeah. Sometimes a person walking away is the best thing, because they didn't subject you to all of that. He didn't put my kids through all that madness, He didn't put my kids through that. No, I really appreciate him. And the girls say that too. They loved their dad. It's just that he was just an absent father. Oh, wow. Your grandfather's 81. That's beautiful. To get to that age is amazing. Tell your grandfather I said hello. So, yeah. I was married to their father for 17 years. And then they found him unalived in 2009. He drank himself into another dimension. Yeah. Hi, Iconic, you're back. Thank you so much. So yeah, he sometimes people don't know how to do something in moderation. That's anything, And he just took the drinking just too far, And I really felt sorry for him. I still loved him, I felt sorry for him. Yeah, it was really sad, but I still held on to the fact that I want to make a difference in this world. I didn't want whatever I went through to make me feel bitter, or take it out on the next person. It's nobody's fault. It isn't. So this is why I say I want people to begin to open up and kind of see what I'm saying. If you have a president that's saying to you, we've been doing this for a long time, y'all. We've been in this homelessness situation for a long time. Let's do something about it, because I will agree. You have to understand why Trump is saying what he's saying. Let me give you an example. Because, see, I'm a homelessness expert, and I've done lived it. So I watched 3 mayors get a bunch of money, and they say, we're going to pour this into homelessness, right? So they get the money, and the next thing you know, the people are still sleeping outside on the ground, and that money didn't reach anybody. So then the next year, the next 3 years come, 3 4 years pass, and they say, yeah, okay, we got uh 10 million we're about to put into homelessness to help the homeless people down on Skid Row. And then homeless people, yeah, we about to, come up. Some of us are gonna get off of the streets. Some of us gonna get housing. Some of us gonna get, jobs. Some of us are gonna be able to go back to school. Some of us are gonna get, treatment, etc., etc. Time passes, we didn't get any help at all. Then the next 6 years, here comes the new mayor. We're like, okay. Now, we're gonna give $1 billion, $1.5 billion is going to go into homelessness, just for Skid Row, and the greater parts of Los Angeles. Homelessness just for the greater parts of Los Angeles and Skid Row. So I'm all like, yeah, okay, this is about to go down. Some people are going to get off the ground. Some of us going to get jobs. Some of us going to get supportive housing. So what happened? Next thing I look and I turned around, there's more people homeless outside on the street. I said, can anybody tell me what happened to that $1.5 billion? I'd like to know. So you got to figure this out. If that kept happening like that, and then you end up with a president like Donald Trump that says, I'm going through these books with a fine comb to figure out where is all this money going. Yeah, they lied a lot. Yes, they did. They absolutely did. And so you get a president that comes in and says, you know what? I'm going page by page to figure out what are we going to do with this money? Where has this money been going? Who's been benefiting? And what do I need to move this money from over here and put this over? If it doesn't stop, you guys, we're going to end up with a bigger problem. Because now, the way things look, Skid Row looks, what's happening there? Yeah. See, like Skid Row looks like a camp of just people that have no direction and no purpose. It didn't look like that 15 years ago. I know for a fact. I was just down there. The streets looked like the president that would do something. You know what, to be honest, Rosin, I'm not going to lie to you. It doesn't look like it right now. Yes, Iconic, I'm telling you, listen. It don't look like it right now. And y'all could be mad at Donald Trump, for real. You could be angry. I understand. Some things don't make no sense. Some things do. But listen to me, please. When he said that he's looking into this homelessness situation and he wants to get the people off the streets, right? And he's looking at Section 8. He's looking at HUD. There's a reason. There's a lot of funding that went into these projects and nothing has been done. Do you want him to just continue to say, yeah, just throw $1 billion over here, give Skid Row another $1 billion, and for the next 6 years, and then you come back 6 years later and we're still in the same spot? Then you really be angry. You'd be like, well, why Donald Trump didn't fix the homelessness situation? I think that this is the first president in a long time since Bill Clinton that has come along and said, I want to do something about this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. What president has done anything since then? Yes, they do. They never do. But right. And there's more people out there. If you remember, Bill Clinton is the one that drew the attention and said, we have a homelessness issue. I'm signing this bill to get this taken care of. Bill Clinton did that. And that was the first time that any attention was drawn to Skid Row and to the homelessness situation in California and the greater parts of Los Angeles. Bill Clinton's the one that signed that. And then people seeing that, you know what? Yep, only he did. Exactly. And exactly. You are so right, Rosin, you are so right. And then he did that. And soon as everybody's seen that, oh, wait a minute, you can make a lot of money off of homelessness. You can make a lot of money off of the people that's sleeping out here in these tents on the ground. Well, What did you say? Another thing? Oh, 15 billion on the train for California, and those funds were embezzled too. Absolutely, absolutely. Iconic. Yep, absolutely. So y'all know where I'm going with this. Y'all understand completely. So what happens is they find a loophole to take all this money and just, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. This is what they do with the money. Next thing you know, the homeless people, we never saw that money. We heard about it, but we didn't see it. We heard about it. They always gonna tell us about it. So it sounds good. Oh yeah, we gained that 10 million. Yeah, you guys know you got that 10 million. Like, oh yeah, thanks. Oh yeah, that 1 point, and then they changed it. First they said, because I know for a fact it was 1.5 billion dollars. Then they tried to argue a little bit about, they tried to argue a little bit about. No, it was 1.3 billion. I said okay. So now it done went to from 1.5 to 1.3 billion, and they made a point to keep saying no. It was 1.3 billion. I remember very well it was 1.5, but I'll agree. Let's say it was 1.3 billion. Okay. Can I ask a question now? Now that I'm gonna let them take me there, what happened to that 1.3 billion dollars? This was in what? 2015? Around there about? What happened to that $1.3 billion that they gave for homelessness around about 2015? That's all I want to know. I ain't seen none of it. And you want to know, you guys? I was homeless on Skid Row in 2015. Couldn't get no housing. I couldn't get anything. I couldn't get Section 8. I couldn't get low income housing. I couldn't get anything. I couldn't even get into a shelter. But they gave 1.3 billion. And then before the argument was over, it dropped down to, here it goes, $1.1 billion. I said, okay. You guys can play with the amount. You can call it 1 billion. You can call it 20 million if you want to. Nobody got that money. Nobody got that memo. Yeah, third party government contract to different agencies. Ooh, Sam. Ooh, baby. If you didn't sing that one, yes. Yes, that's okay, Rosin. Welcome back. Now, Sam, hi, how you doing? Ooh, if you didn't, I want y'all to look at Sam's response, and I promise you, Sam, you are 100% correct. And if people don't know, you know. Oh, really? Look at your car. Oh, see? And you know what? Not to sound, like I didn't care or anything like that. I promise you, I care. But to look at, when I go past, anything out of California, it just boggles my mind. Because, see, Sam, you know that lie that they say that, other states, we don't have this homelessness problem. Come on, y'all speak up. How many times have you heard that in your own state? Well, we don't have a homelessness problem. Our problem is nowhere near like in California. Yes. Yeah, I really do need that proof too, Sam. More than you know. We need, yeah, definitely. I really want you to if you don't know, follow me over here on TikTok and hit me up in my DMs. I really do. I need to know. I need that information. Because let me tell you, you know what they've been saying. Other states do not have a homelessness issue nor problems like California. They've been ducking and dodging this one. And I said, okay, well, what are they doing with the money then? You guys are getting You're getting government funded monies to the states where you live, people. Please. Yes. Yep, Sam. Yep. No, you live in Texas now? Yeah. So, yeah. So, I want everybody to pay attention. That they're giving every state a certain amount of money for just homelessness. Yeah. And supportive services. Well, and then just to help you with anything that's mental, physical, spiritual, and now emotional. And I would like to know, where is that money going? For them to say that you don't have a homelessness issue in the state that you're living in is a lie. Anytime you're laying on somebody's couch, or you're sleeping on your couch, or you're still living in at home with your parents or your friends or whatever, or you're living in motels, you're living in your car, you're homeless. Yes. Yes, Sam. Mental health and homelessness are the top 5 of government. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. So now you see where we're going with this. You know, come on. I know that they generate. Come on, y'all. Y'all really don't want to talk about homelessness for real. Because how much money you think they generate on Skid Row? It's crazy. Yeah, absolutely. And the money goes, well, we know it goes somewhere. But we know it just ain't going to where it needs to be. But I just want you to know that they generate more money on Skid Row than they are on Wall Street. How much you want to bet? Daily. Daily. They generating it. Who's getting this money? Just like Sam said, go back and look. Those are facts. And this needs to stop. This is what Donald Trump is talking about. He opened those books up and said, but we're not doing this no more. We're not doing this no more. Why are we giving all of this money into homelessness? And he can clearly see that it's not going anywhere. Don't be mad at that man if he's want to make some subtle changes on some things that that's just not working. And we don't need to sit back and second guess, like, well, maybe, this and this. Look at the situation. There's more people sleeping on the grounds in these tents, less people in money be like that. There's less people housed, right now in the greater parts of Los Angeles than anywhere. Now you want to know what you want to know what's going to be the most embarrassing thing to come up. And now, if you want to blame Trump for anything, then say this. Maybe he doesn't want to be embarrassed when we have company coming into our home. We're going to have the Olympics come here, right? This is our home now. And you have people that's going to be coming here. Who wants to, okay, Rosalind, who wants to be embarrassed like that? That's embarrassing. You have people coming to the Olympics, and we voted for them to come here and host this here. I don't think that we were ready. What do you guys think? Anybody tell me, do you think that we're ready to house anybody here in California for the Olympics? I mean, I would be embarrassed. Because I don't know if you know this. They asked a lot of Olympians, when you come to California, what are some of the things that you want to do? Where are some of the places that you want to visit? What are you excited to see? You want to know what a lot of them said? They want to go to Skid Row. They want to see what Skid Row looks like. They want to know if that really does exist. Yeah, I would love to go to Paris too, Rosalind. But it's sad that you have all of these Olympians coming here, and they're saying that they want to go to Skid Row to see what that's like. They just cannot believe that people are really sleeping outside on the ground in tents with nowhere to go. Not like that. And they want to come see that. And I think that has a lot of, my theory is they didn't want to see a lot of people out on the streets. Find the second camera for my. Explain what do you mean, iconic? Explain to me, please. Is my other what's going on? Cause explain to me. Yeah, but they don't want the people to come and see all of that. That's just kind of embarrassing. Yeah, the money just goes nowhere. Um, I'm trying to see what you're saying, Roz, and yeah, I have, yes, two of my channels are going. I have my YouTube and TikTok. Yeah. So y'all can, be on either one, doesn't matter. Yeah. Yes. So you found me on TikTok and you found me on YouTube, yes. Y'all follow me I'm on Facebook too. So I don't know what we can do about this situation, you guys, other than just continue to recognize the homelessness situation and um, recognize the situation and yes, babe. Yeah, so recognize the situation and try to help one another, and then check out wherever you live. Go and wherever you live, whatever state that you live in, go and see what they're doing about the Section 8 and low income. Because I don't know. I'm a firm believer that we shouldn't be ashamed if we don't have any housing and we don't have nowhere to live. I just, and I'm never going to be ashamed of that. I'm just going to keep holding my head up high and keep doing whatever I can, not just to help myself, but to help others too. So with that said, I'm going to get out of here, go get me something to eat, and hopefully later on, if you guys come on here, we can talk. I tell you about the organization that I'm going to get started. That's called Homelessness 101, the Skid Row Effect. I have a great doctor that will be that will that's coming to invest with me, that is interested in working with me, and it's all about going out here and helping my peers. And I'm opening up a day center where people will have a place where they can come to and they can get their laundry done, they can charge their phones, they can sit there all day if they want to, watch some TV, play some games. I have a food available daily, and clothing rack, help people get jobs, resumes, and yes, I'm starting a non-for-profit. Yes, and yeah, it's definitely for my Okay, I'll see you later, Rosalind. So yeah, I want everybody to be able to come and get the things that they need, because I know what was missing for me, and that's what it's all about. So I shall be back. Everybody have a great day. We'll talk more about it. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Until then, remember, it's okay if you don't have a place to stay. But you deserve it. You deserve a place. Always remember that. Yes, indeedy. Goodbye.